Ever wondered what it's like to share a body with someone else? Not for a day, but your entire life? Welcome to the wild world of conjoined twins. Let's talk about Abby and Brittany Hensel, two sisters who are literally inseparable. How do they decide who controls which arm? These girls have one body but two distinct personalities, and that's just the start of it. Think about it. One body, two minds, and a whole lot of questions we're dying to answer. Get ready to have your mind blown as we dive into their incredible story. It's not some weird sci-fi movie plot, it's the real deal, and things are about to get seriously kooky. Okay, so you've heard of conjoined twins, right? Well, Abby and Brittany Hensel take it to a whole new level. They're not just close siblings, they share a body. Imagine trying to coordinate with your bestie to do everything, and I mean everything, together. That's their life. These twins are like a perfectly synchronized dance team, except instead of dancing, they're just living their everyday lives. Each twin controls her own side of the body. Abby's got the right, Brittany's got the left. Think about how hard it would be to walk or even reach for a snack when you're only in charge of half your body. But here's where it gets really wild. They have separate hearts, lungs, and stomachs. It's like nature decided to play mix and match with organs. When one twin eats, the other doesn't necessarily feel full, and they can only feel sensations on their own side. Talk about a built-in personal space bubble. Have you ever tried to agree with someone on what to watch on TV? Now, imagine having to agree on everything, from breakfast to bedtime. It's like being in a constant negotiation with your sibling, except you can't just walk away when you get annoyed. But don't think for a second that these girls are just getting by. They're crushing it. They graduated from college with a double major in education. Now they're both working as teachers. Can you picture walking into your classroom and seeing two teachers in one body? It's like getting a 2-for-1 deal, but way cooler. Despite all the challenges, Abby and Brittany are just regular people. They have different personalities, different tastes in clothes, and even different career goals. It's like nature decided to prove that you can be two completely different people, even when you're sharing the same body. And get this. They've learned to coordinate their movements so well that they can drive a car, play sports, and even ride a bike. It's like watching a perfectly choreographed dance, except it's just their everyday life. Imagine trying to decide on a hairstyle or what to wear when every decision is a team effort. It's like having a built-in fashion consultant with you 24/7. So next time you're annoyed at your sibling for borrowing your stuff without asking, just remember, it could be worse. You could be sharing a body with them. But if Abby and Brittany can make it work, maybe there's hope for sibling harmony after all. Pump it up, the heart-stopping truth about their circulatory system. All right, let's talk about Abby and Brittany's circulatory system. You think having a backup phone charger is cool? These twins have a whole backup heart, but don't get too excited. It's not as simple as it sounds. So, we've got two heads and two hearts, but here's where things get wild. Those two hearts are teaming up to pump blood through one shared circulatory system. It's like having a complex traffic system, where two control centers are managing the same network of roads. How do they not cause a major traffic jam? Well, it turns out their hearts are in perfect sync, like nature's version of a remix. But their unique circulatory arrangement means that what one heart does can directly influence how the other twin's cardiovascular system responds. Imagine you're trying to drive to work, but your GPS keeps rerouting you based on what your passenger wants to do. That's kind of what's happening inside Abby and Brittany's body. This whole setup requires some serious teamwork. Their shared circulatory system needs constant coordination and communication between their cardiovascular networks. It's like their bodies are running a never-ending three-legged race. But instead of legs, it's hearts and blood vessels. Now, you might be wondering, what does this mean for their everyday life? Well, it's not just about having a cool biological party trick. This unique circulatory system affects everything from how they respond to medication to their sleep schedules. Imagine trying to decide on a bedtime when half of you is ready to hit the hay, and the other half wants to stay up all night. But it goes even deeper than that. Their cardiovascular system is so intricately connected that any changes in one twin's body can potentially impact the other's functions. Think about it. Every time you get excited or scared or run up a flight of stairs, your heart rate changes. Now, imagine that happening, but it's not just your heart responding, it's someone else's too. This level of biological synchronization is truly extraordinary, but it also raises some interesting questions. how does their unique circulatory system impact their overall health? And what about their lifespan? Scientists are still trying to figure out the long-term effects of this incredible biological dance. It's like their bodies are constantly performing a complicated choreography, and they never miss a beat. Well, almost never. I'm sure even they have their off days. But one thing's for sure, Abby and Brittany's circulatory system gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, two hearts beating as one. Okay, so you think your brain's complicated? Try having two of them crammed into one body. That's the wild reality for Abby and Brittany. And let me tell you, it's like a never-ending game of Simon Says on steroids. So, we've got two brains, right? But how do they work together without turning into a mental tug-of-war? These twins have to coordinate every single move they make. It's like trying to play a video game where you control one side of the character and your friend controls the other. Sounds impossible, right? But here's the kicker. Abby and Brittany make it look easy. These ladies can write, type, and even drive a car. It's like they've got some kind of secret twin telepathy going on. And get this, they have two separate spinal columns that join up at the pelvis, each with its own nervous system. It's like their body is hosting its own internal debate club, with each side arguing for different feelings and sensations. Sometimes they react to things the other twin is experiencing without even realizing it. Imagine you're sitting there, minding your own business, when suddenly your hand reaches out and scratches an itch you didn't even know you had. That's what life is like for Abby and Brittany. They can unconsciously react to sensations on each other's side of the body. And speaking of feelings, pain is a whole other ballgame for these twins. They can feel pain on their own side, but not on the other. Imagine stubbing your toe and your twin doesn't even flinch. It's like having a built-in pain blocker, but only for half your body. Scientists are still scratching their heads trying to figure out how their brains communicate. One minute, they're going about their day, and the next, one of them is scratching a mosquito bite on the other twin's arm, without even thinking about it. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth did they manage to do anything with this crazy setup? Well, these twins are masters of teamwork. Despite having separate brains, Abby and Brittany can coordinate complex tasks like it's no big deal. They can swim, play sports, and even teach a classroom full of kids. Yeah, you heard that right. These ladies are teachers. Can you imagine having two teachers in one body? It's like getting a 2-for-1 deal on education. While one twin is busy explaining the finer points of long division, the other can be keeping an eye on little Johnny in the back row, who's trying to sneak a peek at his neighbor's test. But it's not all smooth sailing in twin brainland. Each twin has her own unique sensations and experiences. So, while one might be feeling totally zen, the other could be dealing with a killer stomach ache. It's like their body is hosting its own internal debate club, with each side arguing for different feelings and sensations. Gut feeling, the twisted tail of their digestive system. Ever had that feeling when you're stuffed, but your best friend's still hungry? Now imagine that friend is literally attached to you. Welcome to mealtime for Abby and Brittany, where sharing is caring takes on a whole new meaning. But here's the thing, they can actually eat different things. So, how does their body decide who gets the nutrients? Let's dive into this digestive dilemma. Picture this. 2 mouths, 2 stomachs, but only one exit. It's like a complex plumbing system with multiple inputs but a single output. Abby and Brittany each have their own esophagus and stomach, so they can totally chow down on different meals if they want. It's like having your own personal chef. Kinda. But here's where it gets wild. Once the food hits the small intestine, it's a free-for-all. Their nutrients get mixed together like some kind of internal smoothie. Can you imagine the conversations? Hey, I wanted those vitamins. Well, I called dibs on the protein. Now, you might be thinking, wait a second, how does this even work? Well, their body has come up with some pretty clever solutions. Their small intestine actually splits into 2 different peristalsis patterns. Peristalsis is basically the squeezing motion that moves food through your gut. So, their intestine is like a highway with 2 lanes, each twin getting their own fast lane to process their food. But hold on to your forks, folks, because it gets even more interesting. While they have separate stomachs, they share 1 large intestine, 1 bladder, and 1 set of reproductive organs. It's like their body is playing the ultimate game of Tetris, fitting all these organs into a shared pelvis that's just a bit wider than average. Now, here's a mind bender for you. Even though they share so much of their digestive system, Abby and Brittany can actually have different metabolisms. That means one twin could potentially gain weight while the other doesn't. Imagine trying to stick to a diet when your twin is chowing down on pizza. Scientists are still scratching their heads trying to figure out all the details of how their bodies manage this complex digestive dance. Think about it. How does their body decide which twin gets which nutrients? Is there some kind of internal trading system? I'll trade you some vitamin C for your iron. It's like their digestive system is running its own stock exchange, but instead of stocks, it's dealing in vitamins and minerals. And let's not forget about those times when one twin might not be feeling so hot. Imagine having a stomach ache, but it's not even from something you ate. It's like having a food hangover without the fun of indulging the night before. Bone to pick, the skeletal secrets of their shared body. All right, folks, let's talk bones. Ever wondered what it's like to have a skeleton that's playing a constant game of Twister? Well, that's pretty much what's going on inside Abby and Brittany's body. I mean, think about it. 2 heads, 2 necks, and then bam, one body. How does that even work? Their skeleton is like a complex scaffolding system, supporting 2 upper bodies on a shared lower half. It's not just about having 2 spines. It's a whole intricate network of bones that's evolved as they've grown. These twin spines start at their individual necks and then join up at the pelvis, creating a unique support structure that's adapted over time. Their rib cage is wider than average, housing all those extra organs we talked about earlier. Some ribs are fused, some are separate. It's like their body couldn't decide between a shared apartment or duplex model. This unique structure affects their posture and movement in fascinating ways. When Abby and Brittany were born, they actually had a 3rd arm between their heads. Doctors removed it when they were babies, but they still have an extra shoulder blade as a souvenir. As they've grown, their skeletal structure has adapted, with their pelvis broadening to support the weight of 2 upper bodies. Now, you're probably wondering how they move around with this complex bone jigsaw puzzle. Despite their unique skeletal setup, Abby and Brittany move with surprising grace and coordination. It's like watching a perfectly choreographed dance, but instead of doing the tango, they're just walking down the street or reaching for a cup of coffee. Imagine trying to coordinate your movements when you're sharing half a body with someone else. It's like the world's most intense trust fall exercise, happening 24/7. Abby and Brittany have to constantly communicate and coordinate to do even the simplest tasks. The really mind-blowing part? They can do almost everything other people can do. We're talking sports, driving, you name it. It's like their body found a way to turn this complex skeletal setup into a well-oiled machine. Scientists are still scratching their heads, trying to figure out exactly how they manage it all so smoothly. So next time you're struggling to touch your toes, just remember, Abby and Brittany are out there navigating the world with a skeleton that's basically a biological Rubik's Cube. Now that's what I call body coordination goals. All right, let's talk about the birds and the bees. Conjoined twin style. Ever wondered how the whole dating and reproduction thing works when you're sharing a body? Well, we're about to dive into one of the most fascinating aspects of Abby and Brittany's anatomy. So picture this, 2 brains, 2 personalities, but only 1 set of reproductive organs. Abby and Brittany share everything below the waist, including a single uterus, birth canal, and urethra. It's like nature decided to play the ultimate game of would you rather and forgot to give them a choice. Now, you might be thinking, how does that even work? Well, it's complicated. Each twin controls their own side of the body, which gets really interesting when it comes to intimate stuff. They can feel sensations on their own side, but not the other. Talk about a bizarre biology lesson. Here's where it gets even more mind-bending. Their reproductive system is fully functional and shared between them. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly how their hormones work together. Imagine 2 separate endocrine systems trying to coordinate through 1 set of organs. It's like 2 conductors leading 1 orchestra, but they can only see half the musicians each. The twins' unique anatomy raises some fascinating questions about hormonal balance. How do their bodies regulate menstrual cycles? Do they experience mood swings simultaneously? These are the kinds of puzzles that keep endocrinologists up at night. Now, I know what you're all wondering. Could they have children? Technically, yes. Their reproductive system is fully functional, but the logistics of that are pretty complicated. And the twins are understandably private about their personal lives. The really wild part? Their reproductive organs function to serve the needs of both twins, with likely cooperative control of these systems. It's like their bodies found a way to turn this complex setup into a well-oiled machine. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly how it all works, but one thing's for sure. Abby and Brittany's anatomy is redefining what we thought we knew about the human body. So next time you think biology class is boring, just remember, there are still so many mysteries out there waiting to be solved. And who knows? Maybe studying unique cases like Abby and Brittany's could lead to the next big breakthrough in reproductive medicine. Now, that's something to get excited about. Double Take, the mind-blowing reality of their daily life. All right, let's dive into the wild world of Abby and Brittany's daily life. Have you ever thought about how complicated it would be to share a body with someone else? Well, these twins have got it down to a science. Imagine trying to get ready for work in the morning, but you've got to coordinate every single move with another person. It's like the world's most intense game of Simon Says, but you're playing it 24/7, getting dressed. It's all about teamwork and patience. Picture pulling on a shirt when your sibling controls one arm. Talk about a fashion challenge. But here's where things get really interesting. Abby and Brittany are out there living their best lives as teachers. These incredible twins are shaping young minds in Minnesota, working as fifth-grade teachers. They each have their own teaching license. But here's the kicker. They only get one salary. Can you believe it? In the classroom, Abby tends to focus more on math and science, while Brittany's all about language arts, reading, and writing. It's like having two teachers in one body. Their students must be loving it. While one twin might be at the board explaining a concept, the other could be helping students who need extra attention. Talk about multitasking. But their impressive feats don't stop at teaching. These twins can drive a car. One handles the pedals while the other takes care of the steering wheel and turns signals. And get this, they each have their own driver's license and passport. You might think their life is so different from everyone else's, but Abby and Brittany see themselves as just like everyone else, pursuing their dreams and living life to the fullest. They've even expanded their family. Abby tied the knot with Josh Bowling in 2021, and now they're living together with his daughter, Isabella. Navigating relationships and social situations might seem tricky, but these twins take it in stride. They've mastered the art of compromise and communication, essential skills for their unique situation. Through it all, Abby and Brittany maintain a positive outlook. Their story isn't just about overcoming challenges, it's about embracing what makes them unique and using it to inspire others. Now that's what I call turning lemons into lemonade. Conclusion. Alright, let's talk about Abby and Brittany Hensel, because these two are seriously impressive. Have you ever thought about how wild it would be to share a body with someone else? Well, these twins make it look easy. They've mastered the ultimate teamwork, doing things most of us take for granted, like driving a car or teaching a classroom full of kids. Abby once said, "We never wish we were separated, because we would never be able to do all the things that we do now." Their story isn't just about overcoming challenges, it's about embracing what makes you unique. So next time you're feeling down about being different, remember these amazing twins. They're out there showing the world that being one of a kind is pretty awesome. Makes you wonder, what could we achieve if we all work together like they do?